on the way to do some weeding. So, just finished that weeding job. So this customer, I guess I have to explain a little bit. So, I didn't know anybody basically when I landed, but my only reason for coming, like choosing Michigan over some other random place, is I met this kid online that was really into business, and we talked for like a year. And the way this whole idea came into fruition, the whole idea of like going homeless and starting with nothing, is I was like, bro, what if I sold everything and moved to Michigan, and then we could hang out and like work out and stuff. So that was like the original inspiration for this project. And then from there it was like, well, what if you made a YouTube channel? What if you decided to fly in with absolutely nothing? And we just got super hype about it. And the night that we came up with the idea, in the next 15 days I sold everything. And like 2 days later I was like, bro, I bought a plane ticket. And so he was basically the only deciding fact. Like, really, I didn't move here because of that, but that's why I chose Michigan opposed to somewhere else. Really, it was more about just the idea of starting with absolutely nothing and working my way up. But anyway, he hit me up like a week ago, and he was like, bro, my dad wants you to weed our property. So I just weeded for them, his parents, because he's 15. I just weeded for his parents for the last 5 hours. He was at school, so I didn't even see him. But, which I thought was kind of ironic. It was like, bro, I just pulled weeds at your house for 5 hours and I didn't even meet you. But on my way out, the bus dropped him off, and I was like, oh, is that a Dante I see? And then we talked for a few minutes, but it was awesome to meet him in person. It's been a long time coming, because, like, I mean, I've been here for 48. My camera just died, but anyway, I was like, dude, I just pulled weeds at your house and didn't even meet you, and it's been 48 days. Because we were initially planning to meet up, like, you know, rather quickly, maybe 3 weeks into the project or something, just to say hi. But it's like I've been so busy that I haven't had time, and luckily, you know, it ended up working out. I still don't like weeding, but they still need a lot of weeding. But anyway, very, very, very cool. That was cool. Oh, and his dad had a bag of donation stuff. He gave me a couple pair of pants. But Dante, I'm sure I'll have Dante in a video, or multiple, because he's just, I don't know, bro. I love hanging out with him. He's got the mindset. And he's smart. He's hella smart. I decided I'm not gonna work at the hardware store that I mentioned, I think, yesterday. I just think I have a pretty good idea of what I need to do to get the handyman business up and going and be successful with that. And I need the time to actually do it, to actually execute. And I'm not gonna have the time if I'm working at another job, so that's my decision on that. Okay, shoot. Oh, wow. Is that gonna reach? Good thing I don't even need to pay. I'm fully tripping, sorry. I think the path forward with the handyman business and everything is I'm hoping to approach a lot more tactically than I've approached anything else so far in the series. So far, it's kind of just been me blundering through, trying to make it work. And it's worked okay. You know, look at where I am. I did the math. I have $2,300 once my check's clear. And tomorrow I should make another $300 from a job I have. So, you know, I'm doing well. I'm doing plenty well. But I I like, with this handyman service, I'm going to get really, really, really tactical, a bit more tactical with how I spend my time, how I spend my money, how I approach everything. Just trying to get this. This is definitely poison ivy. It looks identical, so that's good. I mean, good in the sense that it mostly just really sucks, but it's not bed bugs, so I would take that. Oh man, shoot! Like, even just applying this, it burns and itches so bad. Right now, especially pulling weeds, and that's gonna last a while, but this cream is working good. It does help. Anyway, so I have like a lot of really good ideas with how I want to start this handyman business. One of the factors is like, what do I want the business to look like in its like end series, but how do I get to there? So how do I transition from where I am to where I want to be? I probably need my maintenance and altercations license, which is, I don't know if they use that everywhere, but here in Michigan, you need it for a lot of different things that a handyman might do, such as tile or carpentry. It's a 60-hour course based off of what I read online. I don't know if you take a test online or how it's all set up. I don't know if I can get it under 18, so I have to do some of that research. But, I could do that 60 hours. I could probably get it in a month very easily, and maybe half a month or sooner if I really push it. So that's a good idea. Right now I'm on my way to look at a van. I'm still, I'm not bringing cash with me again, just like yesterday. I would have bought the van yesterday if I brought cash with. So I'm glad I didn't. So I'll take a look at this and see how it goes. I'm thinking if I'm going to try to start a professional business, the van's going to need to look good on the outside. Whether we like it or not, the neighborhoods that I like, my friend Dante, the neighborhood he lives in, I could not really do business out of this truck in there, because it's a really nice neighborhood, and it would look out of place, and the neighbors would talk about it and be like, who's that guy in a junky rig? And it doesn't help to add, it needs to be nice, and maybe I can't start out nice, but I will work to being nice. But anyway, yeah, I might talk some more. I just need to get routing and on the way. All right, we made a deal for $2,000 for this van. I'll throw up some pictures on screen. I felt like for the price, I was happy with it. I don't think I would have paid $3K or asking, which was, he had it listed for $2,700 or $8. He sounded like he wanted to work with me because, he saw I was starting new and very similar. Like he came from Europe with literally no money. So he had kind of like a similar experience, I think. And he really wanted to, sometimes you just connect with somebody, and in this case, like, if I was in his position, I would have done the same thing. If you're doing well and you see somebody else who's just starting out, of course you're going to want to help them out. So I'm very excited. I think $2,000 is a pretty good deal. I need to get the money together. There's a chance, I can't say for sure if he's going to hold up on his end. As far as I could tell, he would gain nothing from lying to me, so I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. He said he was going to take the listing down. I haven't paid him. He said I can store it there, because I kind of just explained, I'm sleeping out of my truck, I'm starting a business, and he said I can leave it there until I can get it insured, because I didn't want to drive it without insurance. So as soon as I get insurance, I can drive it. When you purchase a new vehicle, I believe you don't need plates for 2 weeks. So as soon as I get it insured, I'll be able to start driving it, and then we'll start, there's a lot of work to be done on it to get it where I want it to be. But man, am I excited. And it's going to be a, the levels are happening, because this is going to be really cool. It has an inverter as well, so it takes power from the alternator and inverts it to a standard wall plug, so I can charge all of my batteries while I'm driving. I'm going to standardize to a DeWalt system. Yeah, my camera died there, but I'm not gonna lie, this is the part of the challenge that I'm excited for. This is like, we've gotten to a high enough level that this is the part of the challenge I was really excited for. I knew the beginning was gonna suck, and it has really, really sucked. But now we have a vision. We have a van. The seller just listed the van sold, and he said he would. He said I can park it there until I'm ready to pick it up, and when I pick it up I can bring cash and we'll work from there. So everything he said has been checking out, whatever. Yeah, I mean, everything he said there checked out. He seems like a good guy. He's got a house and a successful HVAC business. But that being said, this is where it all begins. This is the next level, because I know what business I'm going to start. I have put a lot of consideration into why a handyman business is going to make the most sense for my personality and my love of fixing things. It makes total sense. Like, I genuinely enjoy working, like building this rack, fixing stuff. I could do that till midnight every night, and I couldn't with the manual labor and the weeding and stuff. I think it's great character developing, but as far as longevity goes, the handyman is a way, like, handyman just makes sense to me. And there's a lot of other opportunities that I could do. I could do couch flipping. I could flip all sorts of different things. Cars, I could even flip cars. But right now, and with my philosophy, I think you get outsized returns by focusing on one thing and getting good. And right now I'm planning on getting good at being a handyman. And I'm going to narrow that down a little bit, because that could mean so many things. But this van is a big step towards that. It's actually my own asset as well. This is Caleb's truck. This isn't my truck. And the van, I would feel comfortable taking that van for a 3-hour drive. This truck, it doesn't handle very well because of I'm sure everything. This truck's just not a great rig to be putting tons and tons of miles on it. And the van's gonna be mine too, which is, I think that's a big thing. And more space. It's gonna be tight. It's not a massive van, so that may be something that I would upgrade in the future. But for now, just very, very excited. I know I have a lot of work to do with just everything, because getting the tools together, getting the sleeping set up, touching up it's got some paint that I need to touch up, or some rust I need to sand out and then paint. It's got an exhaust leak that I need to fix. Besides for those things, it actually seems pretty solid. There's no major leaks. I wasn't sure if there was some dirt buildup underneath from potentially a very tiny transmission fluid leak, because there was no dripping or anything, and the guy had it parked for a month with no drips underneath. Or it could be buildup from the exhaust leak, because the exhaust leak is in the exact location of the dirt buildup. So I don't really know if exhaust would build up kind of an oily gunk that dirt would collect on. I don't really know, but either way, the exhaust is probably something I want to fix, because it's going to sound more professional to have. The only issue with the exhaust is that it sounds bad. It sounds loud, and just from a professional standpoint. But anyway, this is where it begins. $2,000 and we're started. A lot of other purchases to make. Like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited. Alright, I just finished a quick job. It was, she just wanted her driveway cleaned up a little bit. This was a past client. She hit me up this afternoon. I was like, yeah, I've got about an hour. So, did an hour of work for her. I'm only charging her a rate of 20 an hour just because she doesn't have a ton of money, and she's been a good client in the past, so. And I like her as a person, so. Typically I wouldn't take on work that's only 20 an hour. Unless, there's sometimes the social capital is more important than the financial gains. So, like, I would work for 20 an hour for somebody if I see potential future deals together. So it's kind of like an investment. It's like, hey, I'll give you a good deal and we'll potentially work together in the future. But on my way to the Y, I'm gonna hit a shower and then go hit laundry. And I'd like to pull everything out of my truck and vacuum, because there's a vacuum at the laundry. And so give it a vacuum and then really sort through what I need and I'm gonna throw some stuff because I just have too much. This is not, it looks like just super unorganized and terrible. I hate it. I remember walking in this exact area my first day here. Showering with this poison ivy is such a terrible experience. It just like is it's bizarre. Like it itches, but also just like burns almost. I don't know, but with showering you're like washing all of your body and you're like wiping, right? You're like scrubbing. So it just aggravates the heck out of the poison ivy. I forget my chapstick so much, or I lose it out of my pocket. Because my right pocket doesn't zipper anymore. It broke a while ago. But it's okay, it's not a big deal. It's a few bucks I've spent. I spent a disproportionate amount on chapstick. This thing is pretty cool, I keep seeing it. I think that it's human powered, so they just pedal around. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that. Shoot. See, like, now I have it's itching. I didn't even touch it. I don't know why. It comes and goes. I was kind of throwing a pity party today. See, oh my goodness, that's such a strong, terrible feeling. It's horrible. But anyway, I was really hot and in the brush, so I was soaked in sweat, kind of overheating. I didn't eat anything for breakfast, so I was tired and I was groggy from just being the morning, and my arm itched super bad, and I was just throwing a pity party while weeding this morning. And then I just had to think to myself, yeah, it does kind of suck, but tonight I'm gonna be able to sleep in a truck and on a bed with a sheet, and I can take a shower and I can apply, all these things that I'm very grateful for, and that I didn't have when I first started the project. So as much as it might have been uncomfortable, I'm still miles ahead of where I was, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with where I'm going. I'm pretty happy with where I am. I think the big thing is I'd like to get away from weeding and more towards something that I actually love, which is, I'm gonna find that in being a handyman. I think that's a good play, and I'm sure there's gonna be times when maybe there's a repair that I messed up a couple times, and I'm losing money on the project and I just want to quit. But with the right approach, I think I can be really successful in it, and it's gonna take time. I expect this to take 6 months to get kind of to the revenue point that I want to, and the skill level, which in terms of business is not very long, but I'm hoping to have a lot of applied focus and energy. I think the biggest thing is going to be developing my skill set in repairs. I have some basic knowledge, but there's a lot more a lot more to learn, and so I think that's going to be one of the big focus points, and developing ways to overcome the challenges that I find, developing ways to overcome the problems I encounter, even though I've never dealt with it. And that might be looking to other mentors that are experienced handymen or experienced electricians, whatever problem I have, is going to somebody with actual knowledge and a deep level of knowledge, and they can help me troubleshoot and problem solve it. And that way I'm never hooked up on something. I'm always moving forward. Even if I have to pay that mentor like a lot and I lose out on that job, I think the education itself is valuable enough. And so that's the point I hope to get to. And there's hundreds of hours of work to be done. I see that, but I have this clear vision of going to a job, knowing what to do, having the tools and set up in the van to do it, and just building this machine that's highly optimized and simplified. In a lot of ways, optimization can be substituted with simplification. The simpler the process, the easier it is to operate, and typically the faster it moves. You know, when you think about any system, if you can get the same output for less moves, that's efficiency. And if you look at just something like McDonald's, they have things highly optimized to get the burgers produced with the least amount of moves, even down to the tray. Look at when you have a tray, they put a piece of paper on it. What does that paper do? It allows you to slide all your trash off, and allows them to not have to wash the trays, I believe. So that all they do is pull the paper off, put a new piece of paper on, and they're good to go. And think about how that cuts out the step of having to wash it and dry it, and get it back on the road. All you gotta do now is just slide a new piece of paper on it. And just, you know, there's tons of examples of where these little efficiencies come in. And the more you scale in business, I think the more important it is to have an absolutely well-refined machine where you understand it intimately, all the little problems and little friction points. And I think it's highly important to understand the little friction points in your business and lubricate them. And that just means look at the friction, figure out a way to do it that removes the friction. And even if that's like, for example, that back door for the truck topper, I had no way to prop it open, no easy way. I didn't. So I was like, well, how can I figure out a way to set this up so I can easily prop it open? And it's doing 1,000 things like that within your business. And pretty soon, instead of taking 2 hours to do a job, because you've refined everything, it takes you an hour and a half. And you can fit more jobs in each day, and you can do them faster. And not only that, you're gonna come across more professional. Like, wow, most handymen take 2 hours to do that. I noticed you did that really fast. And especially if you spread that over, let's say you have other men working for you. You know, now if they're saving half an hour every job, that's gonna stack up over weeks and years. Okay, yeah, my camera ran out of storage, so I had to delete some old footage. But anyway, I don't remember exactly where I left off with that, but right now I should get laundry going. Oh, I just got completely rejected. Like, the guy straight up said I couldn't wash my clothes there. So I asked if he had like any detergent for poison ivy, because they have a bunch of detergents there. And he was like, oh no bro, I can't have you washing your clothes here. So like, what? I don't know. I don't know what people are supposed to do besides for wash it. That's a little bit fucked. Cleaning out everything. Literally this whole pile is all trash. I think I would return the sleeping bag, but I think there's fiberglass in it from in my truck. And I don't feel like that would be very ethical to return. And I don't need it anymore, so I'll be just tossing that. Now that is a clean looking truck. Holy schmolies. I like it. I like it a lot. Shoot. It's already midnight and I still need to edit a video and I haven't even worked out yet. It's gonna be a late night. But it's okay. Alright, the truck is cleaned. That's something that was slowly but surely stressing me out. I'm just hitting my workout and it occurred to me, I never saw my tarp. I don't know what I did with it. I thought for sure I kept it. Because I was like, tarp's gonna be handy at some point. But I think I cleared everything out. Weird. Weird. Well, because I was gonna use it on the mulch job tomorrow. I wonder if I used it on a job and forgot it, because I did use it on one job, I think. I don't know, that's weird. Well, I'll probably just have to buy a new one, I guess. It's okay, I thought I had a tarp. I swore I had a tarp. I don't think I do, though, because I cleared out everything, so yeah. I don't know, that's weird. But I'm just gonna finish my workout, and then I gotta edit a video, and then I'm gonna crash for the night. It's gonna be late. I was up till 1 last night, too. I don't know what... The problem is I'm trying to do more than I can fit in a day. I think I need to reprioritize and start figuring out how to make better priorities, because I can't, just doing more is not sustainable, more hours, because I'll stay up till 1, and then I won't sleep as much tonight, and then I'll be more tired tomorrow. It'll take me longer to get through the list I have for tomorrow. Then I'll stay up later tomorrow. That doesn't work. Staying up late does not work, so I have to prioritize the most important tasks. And I think that's gonna be key.